Yeah. Welcome to the table where the truth gets said. No filters, nowhere, there's no words left unsaid. Different perspectives, but we all take a stand. Real talk live, this is no middleman. Yeah, soul setting tone, keeping structure and flow. Uncle Plug, bring game that the streets already know. Reign with the crown and a voice that expands. If it's honest conversation, no middleman. Live from the room where the real ones stand. Uncut, unscripted, no middleman.
Souls of Thought. Disclaimer. This live stream is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. Statements made are opinions, satire, or hypothetical discussion and should not be interpreted as factual claims. We are not journalists, attorneys, or professionals. We are reacting to publicly available information. No statements should be construed as accusations or assertions of wrongdoing. By viewing this content, you acknowledge that you are responsible for your own interpretations. Viewer discretion is advised.
$100 million, I need it. The glory, I need it. I took L's but walked. Man fumble. I fuck the hoes in groups, that's a 2-for-1 bundle. I hit them, bro, her hair out, now I bought a bitch new bundles. They ain't wanna let us in, now we kicking through that front door and I need all that. Reached out, they would fall back. Reached out, they ain't call back. Now fuck, nigga, I need all that.
Fellas, I want one thing today. I want to see us unite like we've never united before. I want to see us down for one another, support one another, love on one another, and praise one another like we've never done before. I want to see us riding for each other. When somebody make a play, I want to see you give them so much love, it's ridiculous. Yes, sir. I'm so darn glad to be back amongst y'all. Y'all have no idea. It gives me hope. It gives me joy. And I'm amongst people I love. Yes, sir. Now give me my darn thing. Yeah.
All the pain I grew from it, all that hate I grew from it. Now I beat my chest and walk around this bitch like who want it? Embarrass me, I grew from it. Bury me, I grew from it. Back from the dead, scary me, yeah, my crew on it. All my dreams, nigga, who from it? In 2 months, I made 200. Bought that bitch a new ass, she came back with a new stomach. In my city with the top back, took L's and I fought back. Getting rich up in this bitch, them boys do not know how to act. Deion Sanders Jr., little hoe, you know I chased them racks. Told him I'ma win in the end, like I'ma chase a sack. Say that I ain't done enough, fuck it, I'ma run it up. Y'all niggas, they coming up, I'm at their heads, I'm calling bluff. I celebrate what niggas hate, they praying on my downfall. Little nigga done went up, little hoe, now I look super tall. Oh, say.
Life will bring you to the point of need and drive you to...
It is what it is. Hey, I saw the results, I still woke up and chased. I'm hungry for this shit, dog. I'm hungry for this shit, bro. I want the world and everything in it. I just tell my girl I love her, say she loving me, but she mad at me, so she spell it L-U-V. Living lavishly, walk around in double C. Got no salary, everything I kill I eat. They all doubted me, till they see me on the screen. They all proud of me, same people that ain't believe. Burning calories, running shit up with my team. Say your majesty, know I'm living like a king. About 25 a day, that's just my daily schedule. Ain't about who doing better, cause we gon' win together. I hit another level, I had to fight the pressure. Was showing up for free, now I charge them extra. Getting money daily, your party should've played it. You could've been with greatness, but you started hating. 20 on my rings, 20 on my bracelets. I got fresh sheets, and got a Hermes blanket. She tied her hair up, that made me feel amazing. Her rent, she couldn't pay it, I said I'll make arrangements. I'm in that C8 racing, they say you living dangerous. Told my mom to name it, and I'ma go attain it. I told you to reject it, it's gonna be respected. So since you got that money, you been acting reckless. Like, do you know how fucking long I waited for these blessings? I told you niggas that rejected, it's gonna be respect. Tell my girl I love her, say she loving me, but she mad at me, so she spell it L-U-V. Living lavishly, walk around in C. Got no salary, everything I kill I eat. They all doubted me, till they see me on the screen. They all proud of me, same people that ain't believe. Burning calories, running shit up with my team. Say your majesty, know I'm living like a king.
What's good? What's good, YouTube? We are back again, the No Middleman. We are already on season 2, episode 41. We
Ooh,
on episode 41. My goal is for us to get to episode 100, man, before we start season 3. Again, welcome back, everybody. Hopefully, you guys were able to tune in to our live premiere last night that talked about Tiger Woods and the Drewski whole epidemic that's going on. But tonight, we have a conversation that's been going viral, a conversation that everyone's been talking about. But we're going to give you guys the no middleman version of that. But before I get started into my interlude, we got the one and only your favorite uncle from Uncle Plug TV. How you doing, my guy?
Man, I'm great, bro. Having a wonderful day, peaceful day, chill day. Ready to get to it tonight.
Awesome, man. We have our one and only, the first lady, black adjacent, your favorite white girl in your black neighborhood. We have our first lady, Soft Rain. How you doing tonight, ma'am?
pretty good, pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty good. Good to hear. Good to hear. All 37 that are currently watching live, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe, like our boy Sco said. Shout out to everybody in the chat, Lil Penny, Jen, Sco. We appreciate everybody, man. So I have a little interlude that I want to start on tonight before we get started. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about belief, but we also going to be talking about reality. Belief is easy when nobody is watching. Belief sounds good in interviews. It looks good in highlights and feels good when things are trending. But belief gets tested when the locker room turns quiet, when the headlines flip, and when your name becomes the conversation. Now it's not about talent. It's about alignment, accountability, and about truth. Because belief without discipline, structure, or results is just noise. So tonight we're going to be talking about belief in reality, and we're going to be talking about the Jaden Ivey situation in a different light than I know most people have covered, as we always do on a No Middleman. And we got the two best hosts in the world with myself, including Uncle Plug TV, and our first lady, Soft Rain. But we're going to start off tonight with a quick little icebreaker, man. We got our icebreaker. This is going to be coming from Lil Durk. For y'all who don't know, Lil Durk is still behind bars. He was arrested, and he hasn't been let out yet. Wasn't able to go home on parole, things of that nature. But it's very unique that once we hit a little tribulation, how things change and how people change. And I think that's what we're going to talk about even more tonight, about change. But this is Lil Durk speaking about how he's holding up behind bars at the moment and the things that he is currently doing behind bars. So here we go.
Just an update on my mental, my mind state. I just been reading to get into these books, just working on my patience. I've been reading Pawns in the Game by William Gacar, Dewey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, Elaine Brown, just all the revolutionaries, who've been through something and stand for something that a lot of people don't know of or forgot about. And I just been, it's just been sitting on my heart lately to just say the generation, bro, say these kids, they don't deserve it. I'm just tired of being a pawn for the culture, entertaining and being ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I want to change the world around to being positive. I want to start with saying, like, when it comes to support, I'd be cool because, when Jay-Z went through his situation, he the people's champ. They turned their back on him. Even Drake and Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be the first one to just do it, you know what I'm saying? And not saying the first one to do it, but for these kids, we gotta be their heroes. You know what I'm saying? They gotta look up to us in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people ain't gonna like it. If you can't make money off of it, they ain't gonna like it. So I'm gonna be the first one to do it. Revolutionary. Yeah, I just want to give y'all just an update on my mental, my mind state. I just been reading to get into these books, just working on my patience. I've been reading Pawns in the Game by William Gacar, Dewey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, Elaine Brown, just all the revolutionaries, who've been through something and stand for something that a lot of people don't know of or forgot about. And I just been, it's just been sitting on my heart lately to just say the generation, bro, say these kids, they don't deserve it. I'm just tired of being a pawn for the culture, entertaining and being ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I want to change the world around to being positive. I want to start with saying, like, when it comes to support, I'd be cool because, when Jay-Z went through his situation, You know, he the people's champ. They turned their back on him. Even Drake and Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be the first one to just do it. You know what I'm saying? And not saying the first one to do it, but you know, for these kids, you know, we got to be their heroes. You know what I'm saying? They got to look up to us in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people ain't gonna like it. You know, if you can't make money off of it, they ain't gonna like it. So I'm gonna be the first one to do it. Revolutionary.
So that is Lil Durk. That is Lil Durk saying he's done being a pawn for the what word he used?
Entertainment.
No, he used the C word we've been talking about all week.
Community.
He said he's done being a pawn for the culture.
The culture crazy.
He said he's done being a pawn for the culture. He's gonna start doing things his way. He said when things happen, he noticed that even the great people, he put Jay-Z in there, he put Kendrick in there, he put Drake in there. And he's pretty much saying that, you know, when you're down, you kind of start really seeing who there for you and who ain't there for you. Something that we continue to talk about on No Middleman. I think sometimes when we talk about the culture, it becomes a sensitive subject. But what are your guys' thoughts on now that Lil Durk is going through what he's going through? And no pun intended, because we're going to be talking about Jaden Ivey, who was just waived by the Chicago. Durk is a Chicago rapper. In some words, they'll say he's a Chicago legend in some people's eyes for the things that he did in the music game so far. But what is y'all thoughts on this, from bars to growth?
Well, I can see what he was already making that pivot when he made that song with J. Cole. I saw he was already on it. Unless he knew the feds was already on it. He was already trying to make that shift and make another, you know, change the image a little bit. But I can understand it. When you get behind that wall, you get to thinking, because life move fast. Life move fast when that mind ain't, you know, that mind ain't right. Too much going on, moving and shaking, getting that money, tour to tour, state to state, date to date. And then, boy, you get behind that wall. For sure.
What your thoughts is, Rain?
I don't know who Lil Durk is, but with that being said, what he did say though, when you're confined to four walls, you get a different view on life. You think more than your day-to-days. So he must be really contemplating and thinking about what it's going to be like once he gets out and what he can do to change to not have to go back in there again. So maybe he does want to change. I don't know. What is he in for? I don't be knowing nothing about the culture.
You don't know who Lil Durk is for real?
I probably heard a song on the radio or something, but I don't.
All my life,
Okay. Yeah.
That's about the only song I know too, baby. So don't even trip.
I listen to the music, but I don't be deep off into it, you know, into other folks' business.
Nah, he ain't on my playlist.
But it's when you get behind four walls, like I said, what did he go in for? Y'all said feds.
He went in for a few charges. I'll have to look it up for sure.
Okay. One of the charges was murder for hire. That's the biggest charge.
Okay.
The biggest charge is murder for hire.
You know, when you get behind four walls, you gain a religion. Most of the time, you know, you read books because you have nothing else better to do than to work out and read books. So, and you talk to the unks and the OGs in there, and they telling you got an opportunity to get out and not be in there forever, then this is what you need to do and don't come back. So he's probably getting wise while he's in there.
He reading good. He reading real good. And that's a good thing to do once you have elevated that when that elevation and that age catch up a little bit, and you can really think, you know what I'm saying? You really think that solitude, silence, and reading and that prayer game, you'll be all right. And my boy Dame said life takes real work, and at the end of the day, life takes real work at the end of the day. I feel you on that, bro.
Sure. Yeah. So, you know, just want to start off with that icebreaker to see how y'all felt about him getting wise behind the bars, you know what I mean? From one Chicago into another. we're gonna get on to the first matter at hand, man. Is this about religion or upside? So we're gonna get on here and listen to good old Jaden Ivey. We're gonna play his videos. He has 3 of them. They're real quick. We're gonna run through them so you guys can hear some of the content and some of the things that he said, and then we're gonna give our first opening opinions about this whole situation. So here's the first one right here.
The world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that you man, this man is crazy? That the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that you man, this man is crazy? That the world can proclaim.
So that's video number 1. We're gonna move over to video number 2. This is gonna be with him speaking after being cut and waved. So here you go.
Say we with his stance on LGBTQ. Why didn't they say that? Well, how is it conduct detrimental to the team? What did I do to the team? What did I do to the players? I did nothing but practice with them, play with them, pass the ball to them, good teammate to them. Said good job, good shot. I said good job, good pass. Way to play, bro. Right? I said these things to my teammates. Was never detrimental to them. So why is it that the NBA and the Chicago Bulls say that I'm detrimental to the team? How? Because I believe in the truth. Because I know Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. How? How is my conduct detrimental to the team? Because of what I believe. Because of what the truth is. They said my conduct is detrimental to the team, right? Why didn't they just say we don't agree with his stance on LGBTQ? Why didn't they say that? Well, how is it conduct detrimental to the team? What did I do to the team? What did I do to the players? I did nothing but practice with them, play with them, pass the ball to them, good teammate to them. Said good job, good shot. I said good job, good pass. Way to play, bro. Right? I said these things to my teammates. Was never detrimental to them. So why is it that the NBA and the Chicago Bulls say that I'm detrimental to the team? How? Because I believe in the truth. Because I know Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. How is my conduct detrimental to the team? because of what I believe, because of what the truth is.
And one more for y'all. One more for y'all. Here we go. This is him on the airplane here.
And he not even surrendered. And y'all believe he's a Christian. Y'all believe he's a Christian because he wrote Philippians 4:13. Y'all think he's a Christian. But he cursing just like the world.
We are now almost ready to go, so please take your seats, fasten your seatbelt.
Friendship with the world is enmity with God. He's friendship with the world. He don't know Jesus. And I pray he comes to the truth. That him and his family will be saved in Jesus' name. Because all that stuff is not going to matter on Judgment Day. All them rings he got. All them rings LeBron got. All them rings Michael Jordan got. That's why you got Steph Curry, and he not even surrendered. And y'all believe he's a Christian. Y'all believe he's a Christian because he wrote Philippians 4:13. Y'all think he's a Christian. But he cursing just like the world.
We are now almost ready to go, so please take your seats, fasten your seatbelt.
Friendship with the world is enmity with God. He's friendship with the world. He don't know Jesus. And I pray he comes to the truth. That him and his family will be saved in Jesus' name. Because all that stuff is not going to matter on Judgment Day. All them rings he got. All them rings LeBron got. All them rings Michael Jordan got.
So that's the last one. So I'm gonna let you guys cook up. Would you like to go first, Rain, or would you like Mr. Plug to go first? Who would you like to go?
I think I missed something tonight. It's all good. Plug, you can roll it.
Oh, first I'm gonna say,
because I know you probably got a lot more than me.
I'm proud of the young man. I'm absolutely proud of him. I'm absolutely proud of you, bro, for standing on business. And as we can see, when people genuinely stand on business, what's for you will not miss you. See, everybody's looking at this standpoint from the money perspective. Oh man, you play for the Bulls, man, you getting that check. Everybody always wants to criticize somebody because because they're missing the bag. When he's standing on business, he's standing on business. It is what it is. Now ridicule what you did with Steph Curry, I don't agree with that. Let that man live the way he want to live. I would honestly say on the other end that, hey, listen, let them people live. You don't have to participate. They telling you what to do in the confines of your contractual agreement. But other than that, you ain't gotta participate. But you stood on business. And now you get to see who really on your team. When the revenue's gone, then you'll see who's really on your team. See who was really there for you. So it's cool. I'm proud of you, young man. Stand on your business. Stand on your business, man. And everybody that fall to the wayside, that was the dead weight you were supposed to lose. That's how I feel.
What you got for him, Rain?
It's for me, it's tough because it's like, I mean, I understand that he was working for an organization that he knew had or celebrate something that he does not believe in. So you either one, protect your bag and play the game and not, I mean, it is what it is, or two, stand in your conviction. Like Plug said, he's standing on business and his beliefs. He knew the consequences for doing what he was doing, so obviously he had to be okay with it and roll with it. But he's hurt by it. So you could tell he's hurt because if he wasn't hurt by it, then he wouldn't be as vocal as he is now. So
Great observation. Great
I
observation.
there's a lot of things that I would love to say on these platforms, but because of my job, I can't. You know, I have to protect my bag. I have to protect my income, my home. You know, I have beliefs that I keep my own personal beliefs because my personal is different than my job. This here, to me, I look at it as this is his job. Your job should not interfere with your personal. But if he's convicted that much, then so be it, you know.
Great observation. I love your observation. I really do. I really do. Because I felt kind of similar to you, Rain, when I first seen all his reactions. Because I got to watch a lot of content about from everybody else. I think it's great to do like content days after something happens because you get to kind of formulate different thoughts. You see different people. Our original thumbnail, y'all remember I sent you guys, it had everybody on there, right? It had Jaden Ivey, it had Tim Tebow, it had Abdul Aruf Muhammad, and then it had CJ Stroud on there. And I think the biggest thing is that sometimes you got to know who you are. It's not about just whose you are. You hear that in the church, right? It's not about who you are, it's whose you are. But I think it's vice versa when it comes to sports and things of that nature, right? Like, because a lot of people started to compare him to a lot of other athletes that were faith-based, but they weren't the same. Like he's nowhere near Tebow. Tebow believed in his faith and just played the game. And when they let him go, he just left.
It was his job.
He never blamed the league. He never cared about what they were promoting. He just moved on to the next chapter of his life. How the other person, how you say his name, so I can say his name correctly, plug the best.
Sharif, no.
It ain't Sharif.
It's Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. That's it.
Yeah, Rauf. He had
Chris Jackson.
Yeah, they had a whole series about him on Netflix. He has a whole documentary on Netflix, and he never made his faith the attention. He just didn't stand up during the national anthem. He did this before we had a Colin Kaepernick not stand or take a knee. Like it's so many things that I was witnessing. Like he's not like the others, right? And then you had people like CJ, right? CJ came out very strong after being saved in Ohio State. He talked about his faith his whole first rookie year every time he got on the interview. And then the moment they silenced him, he just got silent. Like he just kept making his bag. He playing quarterback. But I noticed with this young man, he did a lot of trying to blame and point at others. And that's why originally I had beliefs as the title, but then I changed it because he is a new person in Christ from what they're talking about, but I think he also has very little faith. I think the pushback that you see him trying to put other people in the boat shows that he has a very little faith, right? Because when you really stand strong in whatever you believe in, you don't have to bring others down to lift yourself up.
Right.
That's what I did.
And that's the part that I really didn't like, right? And then his second clip really showed you he didn't have faith. And this is just my observation. I could be wrong. This is just
keep going.
But the biggest thing I noticed on his second thing, he started to try to compare the right things that he did. He left faith behind. I was a good teammate. I passed the ball. I
You were doing
never
your job.
yeah,
Right.
like you went back to your flesh things that you did right.
Right. But no,
But
he
you
was talking about when he was he was expressing like what they said a detriment to the team.
yes,
Then
Yeah.
he went to saying,
yes.
what I do wrong? Like he was explaining like what I did right, I didn't do no mistake. No, yeah. But
And
that was about the detriment to the team. Yeah,
yeah,
like he
like it's a lot. It's
he gonna be blessed. He gonna be blessed, and he left with that car. He left with the rest of that with that cash.
which
He
is
left
super
with the bread now.
which is super dope though. But a lot of people too, you got to look at, everything you do has consequences, right? Like everything you do, even when you step out on your faith, it has consequences, regardless of if they're good or bad. They have consequences, right? They say the narrow road is few take the narrow road.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so he's taking a narrow road. Now you have to ride that road. You're not Stephen Curry. You're not Anthony Edwards. They put a video out about him calling people the F word and all that. Like, you can't compare him to other athletes because the way he started to express his faith is totally different. I don't know if y'all know about the young man. I think he's with the Orlando Magic now. He created a faith-based clothing line and a shoe brand. Remember during COVID, tall black dude. Oh, I can't think of his name, man. I can't think of his name right now, but he created a shoe line. He created a shoe line. If you can look it up for me, Rain, it's a basketball player that created a shoe line. He with the Orlando Magic. He played like center or something like that. But that's the go ahead. What did you say?
Wait,
He with us now?
I'm
Is
sorry.
he with us now?
I don't know if he's still with y'all, but he's still in the league.
1 second. So go ahead and say, hey, you see the man.
No, it's I read his comment and then I read Nate's comment right behind it because it was like hello, General Rain, and then it's like sup. So it threw me off. It threw me off. I'm gonna have to hide the comment. But hey, Kelvin. So who is it? It's
I forgot his name.
Obama? It wasn't more.
He created a faith-based line.
basketball player.
Yeah. Yeah, but like that's the biggest. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Into Deep.
Jonathan Isaac. Okay.
Jonathan Isaac. He launched his own faith-based brand. And it was focused on the sneaker was called Judah One. And like there's different ways for you to still express your faith and your beliefs and not have to bring everyone into it, because they also said his detriment to the team. They did some interviews with some of his old Detroit Piston players, and they said they felt very uncomfortable. They said he was very aggressive about his faith and things of that nature. With that being said, that's why I put, is it about religion or upside? I think we also have to live in reality. That's why I was talking about belief versus reality.
Yeah.
If you're not Anthony Edwards, if you're not LeBron James, if you're not Stephen Curry, sometimes you just got to know where you're sitting on the bus.
That's true.
Sometimes you got to know where your seat is on the bus. Not saying it's right.
And that's
you got to recognize where you are. And shout out to hopefully his mom doesn't be affected by this. His mom is a collegiate coach at Notre Dame for the female basketball team.
Oh, Ivy. That's his mama?
Yeah.
But she look good for her age.
But you see what I mean though? But that stuff can have residual conflict.
Yeah.
That stuff can have, because now they're like, okay, is she gonna stand up for him? Is she gonna say anything? They probably already had to pull her in the office. She had Notre Dame and all places too. So like,
I will say that I'm a Christian.
What?
But the non-denominational, but the holy roll. I'm gonna say the holy rollers. Okay, the people you say, hey, how you doing? Blessed and highly favored. How's Jesus treating you today? Sometimes we don't want people to push their beliefs up on us, and some Christians that way they feel that they have to get the Lord's love pressed upon everybody, and some people don't want that, so it's, yes, you want to put it out there that, the Lord is great and all this and so on and so forth. Absolutely. Hallelujah. But you gotta have discernment too, and knowing that you cannot push your beliefs and faiths on everybody. Yes, you can speak about it, but to like push it and just drill it into somebody and every day, oh, I'm blessed and highly, it's places to do that, and it's places you don't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. But that was my first initial take on it, was just for a person to say they believe in something and have to tear other people down to make their beliefs seem so much better. That right there was a huge question mark for me. Like, and then I just didn't like all the comparisons, because I'm like, no, these other people move very different. Like
Yeah.
like Tebow is not him. Like Tebow, in my opinion, really didn't get pushed out of the league because of his religion belief either.
I,
Probably,
it had something to do with it.
it might have a small percentage.
If I had to put it on a total scale, it was about 30, 35. It had something to do with it, because him just doing
But he did it at college.
He did it at college, but
at college, it was marketable. People started Tebowing. That's what they called it.
They started T-bowing, and at the same time, but people still had that image of him with that blood on his face, and he looked like a warrior. So he looked like a praying warrior at the time. Now the aesthetics are different, and
so you think it was temporary promotion?
Yeah. And when they got what they needed up out of them, then it was like, all right, go on about your business, but we ain't on that type of time. You know what I'm saying?
Before we close this one out, Rain, you got a question. He said another music question for you, Gentle Rain, then I'll leave you alone. Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
What you got, Kelvin?
Don't leave her alone. Come and see Bottle tomorrow. That's what you do on a call-in show.
Yes, I need to come in. Kelvin, make sure you go over to my page, Conversations with Soft Rain. I go live only on that page on Thursdays. So you won't catch me anywhere else but on Conversation with Soft Rain. So, but I would say this too, like at the end of the day, this situation, it shows that, having a voice is important, but you got to understand the environment you in too as well, so.
Yeah, I think Kira hit it right on the head too. I think when she said your life and your actions should reflect Christ louder, I think that's like so true. That's why I was saying, like, that's why when I first seen it and then I started watching all the content and then I seen all his lives, I was like, you had me until you started defending certain things.
Yeah.
And then you had to throw Steph Curry in it. I'm like, all right, now you breaking everybody with you now.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much now.
Yeah.
You're doing way too much now. And that what threw me off when he was trying to throw folks up under the bus and all that right there. Now that made me think about that Detroit comment that you brought up. Like, yeah, bro, that's uncomfortable, bro. You're doing way too much with the crowd that you in. Like, let them come to you. Don't always have to go with them, man. You got to make this walk by yourself, bro. That's your name is gonna be the only name in the Lamb Book of Life. So you got to make that walk by yourself. It's cool if somebody asks and you answer, but don't press yourself on nobody, man. People gonna start be like, man, go on, bro. Now they're gonna alienate you a little bit. Now the things that they would include you in, that's normal, ain't got nothing to do with like a strip club or even a nightclub. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna include you in nothing. They might be just going to get something to eat. Be like, nah, man, I don't want to hear that nigga be talking about like we don't hear that shit. And then they'll stop being your friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't even know, like, when this happened, they probably went to the team and was like, what you think about it? And he was like, man, I don't even know it. Probably, yeah. Thank you. Smiles, perfect.
We got a great show for y'all tonight. We're gonna be able to break this down in a lot of different ways. We're right now, us three are just giving y'all our first initial thoughts of everything. But these next two segments, I think y'all really gonna be able to have an overarching conversation, because there's always more to it as well. So I definitely agree. What you got for him, Rain? He said, Commodores just to be close to you, or Ozzy Brothers cooling me out?
Just to be close to you, girl.
I knew you would pick that one. I knew you'd pick that one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelvin. Make sure you come tomorrow night to my channel.
Oh, you
will
will
subscribe. Turn on the notifications.
That first one, I would think like, yeah, me and probably around the same age range. That cool out, let me say, he might be a little older than me. I was like, cooling me out is something for some seasoned veterans to know. Like, just to be close to you, yeah, we might know that. That's anywhere from 45 and down. But for you to say cooling me out, bruh, you might be a little older. I'm just throwing it out.
You're a fool.
But show up tomorrow. We were looking for you and others.
Yeah.
I mean, on last
And
Thursday.
Nick said, yeah, Kelvin, he's on the SHIT list. Because where was you, homeboy?
He say,
I'm
old.
be my big brother.
My big brother.
All right.
That's
cool.
my age, man. We the same age, then.
So before we move off of this, do you guys think initially this is about religion or his upside? When I say upside, meaning his trajectory in the league, he just came off of he tore his knee, and before that he hurt his ankle, so he's kind of being injury prone. Do you guys think this is about his religion belief or his upside?
I think it has a lot to do with religion because he's so convicted. My thoughts is religion because he's so convicted. Yeah, he's a baby. Yeah,
but he's gonna be blessed. Standing on that business and being like that, he's gonna be blessed.
What you think it was, Plug? You said upside or religion?
I don't know what upside. What you mean upside? Explain that to me.
Like his talent. Did you think it was more about his upside, or is it really? You see what I mean? Like
with his talent, yeah. I would say more of he was already injured, so we at the end of the season anyway. They probably were thinking about getting rid of him at the end of the season anyway. Might as well do part ways now. You know what I'm saying? So probably the talent.
Okay, cool.
Because we heard nothing from the teammates though.
Yeah. Bad. I definitely agree. I think it was upside. I think if it was a different talent or a different person, it would have definitely had a different result. But as we talk about that, there are some people that feel that, hey, maybe other people should be speaking up for this young man who have a bigger voice that protect the shield that we call the NBA. Where are the voices that matter? That's what Boosie asked when he spoke to the Breakfast Club addressing Charlamagne the God Donkey of the Day. Charlamagne gave him Donkey of the Day. And so Boosie asked the question, like, okay, that's cool, but where are the voices at this moment? So we're going to listen in on here. I'm actually going to play this in the background because I don't know how Breakfast Club be getting down. So I'm going to play this in the background and everybody just listen up to what's being said.
I'm going to listen because I got a question.
Gave Jaden Ivey Donkey of the Day yesterday for his comments. Let's take a listen to his previous comments.
The world can proclaim LGBTQ. They proclaim Pride Month in the NBA. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it, unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How are they to say that, man, this man is crazy?
I gave him Donkey of the Day for not minding his business. Okay, you got away from the Bulls for something that, you didn't even have to say. What was the point of that?
So Boosie commented on our Breakfast Club Instagram, and he also went to X, and he was basically saying how it's not fair. He said, "This is sad. It's no more freedom of speech anymore." Shaking my head. Comedians can't even make jokes about it no more. The power that has been given to that community is outrageous. Straight men and women no longer have a voice anymore. Shaking my head. If we speak, it's taken as hate. And I see no one preaching hate, honestly. Just because someone does not agree doesn't mean it's hate. It's sad how it's so easy to get canceled for your own beliefs, and you can't even make a statement like, "I only like," and then he says the P word. It will be taken as a shot to the community. I also think people in our community should stand up and speak when people get banned for not agreeing. Why be quiet when your acceptance is greater than ever? It's so many people with power who really are afraid of corporations, leagues, etc. are afraid. Billionaires are afraid. And he says, hopefully, Jaden will be able to still provide for his family.
I actually disagree with Boosie. It's very fair. Okay, because free speech is not free. There is a cost to every word that comes out of your mouth. And if you're not willing to pay the price, then shut the hell up, because you are not free from the consequences of your free speech. You can have the freedom to say whatever you want. But if you say what something like Jaden Ivey said, you got to think about all of the people who own that team, who play for that team, the sponsors of that team. And if those people on that team say, you know what, You don't rock with us, so we don't rock with you. So be it. Now you got to stand on what you said. That's actually what free speech is. Free speech isn't being able to say what you want to say, and then when somebody gives you the consequences of what you said, now all of a sudden you're playing the victim, like Jaden Ivey did. Jaden Ivey acts like he don't understand why he got away.
Well, Jaden was having a conversation on Kerrigan Skelly's platform yesterday, and he tried to compare this to when Anthony Edwards used a slur and was fined, and said that it's hypocritical that he was let go. Let's take a listen.
Had said some derogatory thing to some male. I can't remember vividly what the situation was, but he called somebody a derogatory word, right? He called them the F word, but he was like portraying that that person was gay, basically, right? Mm-hmm. And so I believe the NBA fined him for it, right? How is it that he said something detrimental and basically hypocritical judgment because he's not a Christian?
Yeah, it's derogatory. Right? It's like.
So we're gonna stop there because again, I think this is another version of him.
Yeah, he better.
So that's why I said like I couldn't agree when people said he was standing on his faith. I don't think he is.
He stood on business, but
he stood on business until business no longer existed.
Yeah, business no longer existed. Then he started, but that's like he snitching now. You know what I'm saying? But mama, he came in the house late. You know what I'm saying? He telling on folks now, man.
But how do y'all feel about what Boosie said? Because I think we talked about this plug. I think it was on Grown Folks Business back a year ago. We talked about like why LeBron wasn't speaking out about certain matters and things of that nature. How do y'all feel about this? They like Boosie. I mean, because even if we disagree, there is some truth to what Boosie said, right? And I think that's what makes these conversations so great is because you can disagree with Boosie, but you also can agree with them as well. What is y'all thoughts about that? Do y'all feel like other people, maybe if he didn't throw him under the bus, maybe somebody like Stephen Curry could have stood up for him? Maybe but how do y'all feel about that?
He set himself up. When you went on this slur tour, now they feeling like I'm feeling right now. It's just me hearing it now. They felt the same way I'm feeling right at this moment. Be like, man, see, I was finna go help little buddy, but he gonna say something about my dog. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that Kira said that he's probably going through some crisis as well because you're sitting on a plane. I don't know if y'all heard in the background, but you're sitting on a plane getting this rant off, knowing good and well you're supposed to be off your phone, seatbelt tucked in, but you're so engulfed in your mind with it that you have to spur it out, so it's like he's got to be going through something mentally too as well. I mean, I understand being, in your conviction for the Lord, absolutely spew it out that you love the Lord and this is what you need to do. But in that same sense, you got to have some common sense behind it. And being on a plane, getting ready to take off, having this, verb, all this come out your mouth when you're supposed to be focused, getting ready to take off. It wasn't the right place at the right time either at that time that he was doing that as well. So I don't know like how far in between all these rants were going on at a time, but I do agree with Kira on that he's got to be going through some kind of mental crisis going on. I mean, yeah, he was just released, so
he probably walking through the airport on the phone. Man, I can't believe it, dude. I mean, even Anthony Edwards said the F word. Everybody like, hey, bro, and you be quiet, bro. Like, hey, Bluetooth word for the day is Bluetooth.
But what do you guys feel about what Boosie said about there should be voices that are bigger speaking up for him? Billionaire voices is what he used. There's
I don't know about that.
Billionaires in the NBA.
Ain't nobody going against the alphabet squad, bro. That alphabet squad. Ain't nobody going against that.
At the end of the day, it's still a business,
Sure.
So,
Kelvin, let me love you down. I was answering.
So say what you just ended with, Rain.
Let me love you.
At the end of the day, it's a business.
So why don't we feel like that in all situations?
Example.
Like, I mean, we don't feel that way all the time when we're having these very like in-depth conversations, with culture and race, and like it seems like we're okay when it's something so much bigger than us to say it's just a business or it's all just a job. You gotta, but why isn't that okay for every situation?
Because some is business and some is personal.
So your personal belief doesn't outweigh the business?
If that's what you feel, then yes. Here, his personal beliefs outweigh the business. It's on a personal level. It's person by person level.
With the outlash, it's making it personal. But that his personal belief. I mean, that's his personal belief.
Yeah.
Everybody got to understand he a young Christian. It's just like when somebody first started losing weight, they want to tell everybody how to lose weight. You know what to do, this, that, and the third. Oh, I'm working out. Everybody want to talk about the gym 37 times a day when they working out.
Yeah.
So he's just excited. He's just excited in the Lord right now. He's just excited in Christ right now. You know, you gotta be adult enough to have to say, listen, bro, hey, I hear you, bro. I know you found the Lord. That's good. I'm glad you found the Lord. That's good. But simmer down a little bit. Ain't nobody talk. See, everybody like to pile up in a group and poke fun at Buddy instead of somebody sitting down and talking to Buddy. See, that's what I don't like when it comes to money, because money think you can't tell money what to do.
So that essentially you agree with Boosie, like where's that person to tell? You don't necessarily have to tell them out loud. Reach out to them personally and be like, hey, bro, come on, pull back. Yes, it's okay to believe what you believe.
You can't do that when you talking down about Buddy behind his back, or saying something slick, and everybody want to get a joke off. Everybody want to be the class clown when it's time for somebody to be an adult. But how many veterans they got on their team? I bet it's a very young squad.
With the Bulls?
Veterans? Yeah. Who's the veteran? Who's the veteran over there?
I don't know.
See, they probably got a young squad. Ain't nobody to come over there and talk to him and tell him like, man, hey, we feel you, bro, but hey, simmer down.
Yeah. Shout out Ted. Ted said, I'm not working anywhere that doesn't respect my personal beliefs. Number two, I'm not discussing the majority of them with everyone.
Yeah.
Unless I'm getting paid to.
Right. So Ted, let me ask you this. If you were working for a business that publicly supported something that you didn't believe in, and you found out after the fact, would you still work for them or would you quit immediately?
It's not a once, yeah. Me myself, what people believe and how they live, we give our opinions and our rhetoric here on the platform. But at the end of the day, you know what it is. So
I mean, people didn't have this. It's just business when it came to DEI, though.
Nah, they didn't. They took it racial. They took it real racial.
Like, it's not about race, but this is another group of people who are pretty much determining people's livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't have the deep conversation. Like, bruh, like we were about to go to blows about DEI.
Yeah, but the Booty Kings just let them whole man get waved off a team. It is what it is, bro. I'm telling you, man. Hey,
that's why I asked about the statement when people say business is just business. Well, I said that on my platform when I was talking about Westmore and Maryland that year. I said it's just business. You lose your job to the federal, it's business.
Yeah.
It's business, but no, it's nothing but black people. No, it's business.
Yeah.
Why does this business don't look like this business? Like, we don't have, like, that's what I'm saying. We pick and choose what's business.
Hey, some things hit harder than others. And you know how niggas get when you trying to, hey, I'm just saying, you know how us niggas get when you start messing with niggas now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever you doing over there, y'all do. We agree to disagree. You do what you do, but you know how niggas get when you start messing with niggas now. You start, hey. See, that's a singular incident with this young man right here. He talking about the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Most people is like, boy, stand for what you believe in. Most people are saying, man, you done blew the bag. You know what I mean? So they thinking about his personal bag, not the bag, not a situation that's affecting others. It's just his personal bag.
But Tez, I will push back a little bit and say that people who spoke about DEI in a secular place was doomed to fail too. DEI wasn't a conversation that people were comfortable having in a workplace, especially depending on what the diversity of your workplace looked like. Like, I understand why you're saying you don't know what it has to do with the conversation, but I think that's looking very concretely at it. Like, I think when you look at the whole arching thing, my biggest thing is that we never put everything on the same playing field. We like to pick and choose depending on who it affects, how it affects them, and who determines what affects them. And then we run with that, right? Like, that's why I kind of hear what Boosie's saying, right? Because when DEI came out, everybody spoke about it that was Black, wealthy, had a place in. But now we got a young man speaking on religion and nobody's standing up for him.
Because everybody, because I believe, I think when they talk about business affects everybody. But when they talk about religion is more personal. You know what I'm saying? But it's still the same. It's still the same. It's a community putting a muzzle on comics, putting a muzzle on, TV, culture, everything. Like the baby got hit with the same thing. You know what I mean? But certain people, just like he said, he didn't get hit with nothing but a fine. You know what I mean? But yet, don't nobody else get hit with a fine if they said something, said a slur though. Because you can say something against that community, but you make a slur, a racial slur, it ain't the same effect. The powers that be don't move the same way as they would as affecting that community.
Yeah.
Maybe they know more gay people than they do racists.
Yeah, he said religion and politics has always been bad topics in the workplace.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So do they know more gay people than they know racists? Or do they identify with the races more than they do with the LG community? Or do they know more, do they identify more with the gay and then don't give the same energy to the races? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I don't know what side they stand on. He said.
Oh no, he said. Oh, he said. Why isn't anybody talking about the NBA is a union? He's a part of the players union. He signed for it, and then want to turn around and run your mouth afterwards. that is true. Into deep, he did know what he signed up for. That is true.
Can we get the bylaws of what they can and cannot do? Because if that's specifically put in the contractual agreement, that's something that you shouldn't even sign. You shouldn't have signed that anyway. Then, if that's what you believe in.
I love Ted. Shout out Ted. I love Ted. He said he don't care what's fair for them. I love Ted. Ted's a fool. Shout out Ted, man. Hey, congrats, Ted, too, to your 1,000 subscribers, big dog.
Hey, yeah. Give him a round of applause, man.
Yeah, big congrats, dog. Big congrats.
Absolutely.
Big congrats to you, man. Big congrats to you. Dog, Mr. Consistency, appreciate it, dog. Love it.
Absolutely, yeah.
A sophisticated crash out.
Sco said it's not a lot of religious people left in the world, and no one wants religion pushed in their face. I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Ted said N2D.
It's okay every Pride Month. Hey, Joe Jet put it up there. He put Pride Month and it had the DEMON. Hey.
No. He said N2D Players Union isn't going to back him. He's being yeah. That's what I'm saying. And I think Ted's right on the spot. And that's what I'm saying. I think those can be the voices as well that Boosie's talking about, right? Like y'all supposed to be a brotherhood. But no one's speaking up for the brother.
Yeah, ain't nobody going. Everybody ain't going that bad.
What you got, Kelvin?
Ain't going that bad, bro.
He said he's almost at 2K now. Yeah. He doing a great job, man. Great job to Tez, man. He said everyone know the people who can disrespect or speak down is Black people, no Jews, no gay people, etc. It's true. Congrats to Tez. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boosie has free speech, but if you don't like what he's saying, you can stop him from his opinion. What is criticism? Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay. Okay. So I think this next topic though is gonna hit home, man. Shout out to what they call him.
BG?
Yeah, shout out to BG. Shout out to Mace, man. Mace is going to bring all this home. I thought Mace did a very, very good job articulating his thoughts. It seemed like Mace knew of this young man and family. So, but he moved in a great direction. And I think it's a great way to close out the last topic of the show tonight. So let's hear what Mace had to say, man. Shout out to Mace and Cam, dog. They do an amazing show, dog.
Is in professional sports. This is really powerful. But before we get into that, in consequences in professional sports. This is really powerful. But before we get into that, can you share with me what he said about Stephen Curry? Yeah, let me get that for you. Because this is an interesting point, because I actually probably know some people that are related to him, not only from Detroit, but just some other areas that paths have crossed. Not that I've actually met them. I would love to speak with him. I probably could add some clarity and context to his life, because sometimes you're just echoing the sentiments of people that you've spoken with, people that you've been discipled by, right? So if he's a Christian, then he's probably speaking from a discipleship place. And this is why one of the 3 most important decisions you're going to make in life is going to be the person you marry, it's going to be the faith that you choose, and it's going to be the pastor that you choose to follow, or the synagogue or church or whatever it is, or mosque or anything like that, because this person is going to be speaking into your life every day. And if they're speaking hatred to him, then he's going to speak hatred to the world. If they're speaking balance to him, he's going to speak balance to the world. Just like, for me, I got born again. I heard about Christ, and I didn't want to be around nobody that was pretty much human. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn. I told Killer this: when a person first get born again, you really can't watch or pay attention to much of anything they say for just a small period of time, because it's so new to them and it's so fresh that they're trying to live it to the max, which they should, right? But they don't have the balance at that point. It will be the same as becoming a devout Muslim, right? This person now think everybody that is lighter skin is the devil. We know that's not true. We know there's some brown skinned people that are the same way. So when he's going after, from what I'm hearing, if he's going after people that goes with the sponsoring of the lead that pays his check, that's what makes it a problem. Yeah. It's not just the people he's talking about. The people that he's talking about actually are part of the people that's paying him the money he's getting. So that's why he doesn't understand why he's being fired. Because on this side, you may say, well, this is not righteous, but the same people you're saying is not righteous are paying you the money that you're so righteously celebrating.
I think that was the most eloquent thing I listened to all week about it. I thought the way he landed that, the way he cooks more, y'all. I just ain't want to play. Y'all got to watch the rest for yourself. That's all. Shout out to Mace on It Is What It Is, dog. He did that. He did it so well. Like he did it so well. Like, he gave him a little grace, because he a new Christian, a new babe in Christ, right? He drinking of the milk. He's not really getting the substance just yet. Then he led over to giving a little bit of the responsibility to the shepherd who's supposed to be leading you. Mm-hmm. And then he ended with, hey, even if you take the religion out of it, the people that you speak of are the same people who pay you.
Sign your check, boy.
And some of us might say he just said that business is business.
Hey, I'm
So
gonna
what?
have to, I had to go back to what Miles Batchelor said when he said, "Where's his father?"
I don't think that has any impact.
Shit.
Not in this one. I understand we like to go to
Well,
that.
somebody got to talk to him and be like, listen, boy.
But that's what I'm saying. But you got to have the conversation now, kind of what May said. Who is feeding into him?
That conviction just came down so hard. He's newly Christian. It's coming down too hard. He didn't, and with him being, how old is he?
24.
Yeah.
See, he's young too, so he didn't know how to keep.
I'm gonna play one more thing for you.
I'm not telling you to hold on to your beliefs and don't project them. But in this sense here, don't project them, or in this situation here, don't project them.
While y'all cooking, I'm gonna play something else from y'all. Because it was a couple people, Mase and Kendrick Perkins, in my opinion, gave some of the best commentary about the situation, but also gave so much truth as well. This is what Kendrick Perkins had to say right here.
Hey, hold on. Before you play that, he averaged 8.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, 1.8 assists. He 44, 6 for the field. I don't think that got too much to do with it. His stats is trash and shit.
But go look at his first year. They said he was actually in the backcourt with Cunningham with Detroit. Look at his first rookie year though, because he got hurt twice so far. You're looking at him coming back from an ACL knee injury. Can you go look at his first year stats though?
First year stats, I got you, big dog. Go get him right now.
In too deep, somebody should have given them that scripture right there, the dangers of hasty speech.
Yeah, shout out to
yes. I mean, his best season, he averaged 17. He averaged 17. Okay, he a pretty fair player. He averaging like about 23 minutes a game.
Yeah, and then if you look at his playoff numbers that year Detroit went to the playoffs, he did his thing. I think he was averaging about 20-something a game. He had a promising career. Like he hit the injury bug. Like most athletes do.
When they do, and everybody know once you hit that injury bug.
Yeah, Scope. That's how I feel too, Scope. But he said, as a grown man, nothing his father says is going to matter because he probably at the stage in his life where he is being rebellious and in a Christian phase. So it's not much you can say to him. But I want y'all to hear what Kendrick Perkins had to say. I think him and Mase gave some of the greatest alignment of it all, because Kendrick talks a little bit more too about the injury part of it all. Where's that volume for?
Gave my life to God, and when God comes over you, you actually don't look up to nobody but him. From a place when I watch him, yes, he talked about his struggles. He was very vulnerable. It was how he felt. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. And I've changed my life over the last 5 or 6 years. Gave my life to God. And when God comes over you, you actually don't look up to nobody but him. From a place when I watch him, yes, he talked about his struggles. He was very vulnerable. It was how he felt. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. Because do I have family members and some friends that are, gay? Yes. And I love them. So, but at the end of the day, we talk about freedom of speech. It was his freedom of speech. You're right. In America, you have the freedom of speech. That doesn't mean it doesn't come with consequences. And maybe he was willing to accept those consequences. Now he has to accept those consequences. Real quick, in the Bible, it says, if you're going to go all into me, then give me everything. Drop every single thing that you're doing and come fully invested. So I know a lot of people always make jokes about people who say that, but that's in the word of the book. That's in the word. I look at a person that's been hurt, but I also look at a young man that was vulnerable, dealing with injuries, was a lottery pick. Team was having success without him. was traded at a young age from Detroit, traded to another situation. All of those things start playing with your psyche, right? And start playing with your mental. I don't know how deep he was into his Christianity before the injury, but it seemed like he had a lot of time and he dove even deeper to his beliefs. I just think this is just the start of this entire deal when it comes to Jaden Ivey. I believe that other people are about to get involved.
So that was Kendrick Perkins. I thought between him and Mase, it was probably some of the best balance of commentary about the young man, because it kind of hit on what Kira was saying about, hey, it could be something more deeper. But then I think Mase brought it home. So what is y'all think, your guys' thoughts on this, from hearing it from Mase standpoint and Kendrick Perkins standpoint?
It's what we've been saying all night, or what I've been, my view on it for the most part. You know, whenever he's doing what God is telling him to do, and he's convicted, he's standing on it. But sometimes you just got to be quiet. You know, you can still stand on business and not say much. So that's how I feel about it.
What's your thought, Plug?
Both of them aligned. Like, it's like they got in a huddle and split, and I'm gonna go this route and I'm gonna go this route. But both of them hit it right in the head in my book. They hit it right on the head. I can agree with both of them, bro. Because I'm being new, like what Kendrick said, when it come over you, but you don't look up to nobody but him. So right now he's definitely dealing with something. I go back to Cura's statement as well. He's definitely dealing with something.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing that, like Rain said. He's on the plane, like on the phone, like, you know what I mean? Like but I know it hurts. It gotta hurt. Anybody would be going through it if they just got fired. But that's actually what a wave is. He got fired, and I mean, he didn't even look into the bright side of things, where I still left with my whole contract. You know what I mean? So he's in a space right now where somebody need to get around him, because I think he just I think I read that he just lost his old lady too.
Mm.
That's tough. So he really, for real. Then you got to think, like,
that ain't really tough. He lost his old lady because he lost the bag.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you still lost your old lady, and your mama just lost lost the game. You know what I'm saying? No, I know it sounds like that, bro, but you know what I'm saying? If we are looking for his father, he gonna sympathize with his mama too. His mama just got knocked out the Elite Eight. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that shit hurt too when you a hooper. You know what I'm saying? You rooting for your mama, and your mama just lost out the game, and you just got waived on the same day. And you know what I'm saying? All this tumbling down on a little 24-year-old who frontal lobe ain't fully developed. You know what I mean? Hey, he feeling it. Everything coming at him. And you just lost your broad, lost your job, your mama lost, everything around you look like a big old L. Nah, that faith that you stood on, you better kneel on it.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, so my prayers do go out to the young man, hopefully that he can keep his hope he can keep his mind right. I see it too. Hell with you, boy.
I think this is I think all that could be true. I think this is a case of a young man who was not tapped into his reality. I think he had market value, and the market let him know what his value was. And not even to be funny, I really think that's what, because like every comparison he gave was to people that were above his market value. Everything that he had to stand on was everybody who was it's a hard pill to swallow, to know that you're not where you think you truly are. That's hard.
Oh, yeah.
And to be stuck in injury, never really being able to show the best version of yourself, even if that version never becomes Stephen Curry, Anthony Edwards, but just not even being able to be who you are. I think he just fell into probably a deep depression for sure. But this is the thing I want to give heed to. This is why it's very important, not just fathers, but for parents to really believe in something so that your kids have some form of substance as they go through life.
So when
because
they
go ahead.
So when they do find it for themselves, I know what you're saying.
Like
so
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So because like this deep dive that he's going into now could have been prevented if he had a formal foundation at the beginning. Because,
like what's his name? NLE.
Yeah, most new Christians fall into this because it's the first time they fell into it. But if you have grown up in it, that's why the Bible said, train a child up the way that they shall go. Train them. They don't say raise them. They say train them up. And having some form of foundation will let you know how deep you really need to go. And that's where I think he really failed. Not him as a human being, but just him into his journey, which he's going to land on his feet.
Oh, yeah.
He just has to stop fighting reality. You made a decision. Now, how much faith do you have in the person that you're telling everybody else they should believe in? How much do you truly believe in it? Because your silence will be loud. Being able to just move and not have to go through all this circus, because I'm following this very deeply, because he just did another interview today with a gentleman who's more of a Christian-based YouTuber. And the first thing he said is, the gentleman asked him this, now that it's been 24 hours, if a team called you back, would you go?
What he say?
Yeah. He said yes. He said, I'll even play overseas. I'll play in he said, I know it don't exist. I'll play in the CBA, the African League. See? But you just said the league is what you don't believe in.
Right.
You do know overseas is just a farm league to try to get you to the NBA. Dang. Like, these are the things. This is why that's why when I first did the interlude, to me, it was more about belief or reality. And I think reality set in for him, but it's a little too late. Even his character will precede him now. It's not even about his talent no more. The lashings, the outbursts, you seem very volatile. You seem very unstable.
And a liability.
I don't know if y'all remember one of the most talented basketball players in the world, who is now a YouTuber, ran for office in Minnesota. He refused to, he couldn't ride on airplanes. Man, what my boy name is, man. Give me 1 second, y'all. Y'all got to look him up. He's an ex-NBA player, light skin, Royce, played in the Big Three. Royce White, I think his name is.
Never heard of it.
I'm gonna show you a picture of him. You'll know exactly once you see him. Here you go, right here. He was supposed to be projected to be one of the best players coming into the league. Royce White. Had a lot of mental issues. Well, not really mental issue. He had a lot of mental health issues that affected him on the plane and things of that nature. And how it was his first initial interaction with people is what caused people to just back off from him. It was never about his talent. They said he literally was supposed to be he suffered from anxiety disorder, and it dealt with a lot of things with him, and it reminded me of Royce White. But he did end up pivoting, and now he's like very into politics. He ran for mayor twice, or governor of Minnesota twice so far. Almost won too. But I got to actually meet him in person at Jason Whitlock event, the Fearless event. Royce White, though, if y'all look him up, he has a great podcast. Him and Jason kind of fell out because of their belief systems, but yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, he said 100 flights would be like if you're allergic to peanut butter. It'll be like spreading your whole body with it. He had anxiety about flying.
Yeah.
So,
And he was saying that he was so talented, he didn't understand why the teams wouldn't like pay for him to travel other ways, like vehicle, things of that nature. But yeah, that's what my biggest take with this young man. I just think that the lack of foundation caused his house to crumble. He built his house on the hill.
It's tough. Wow.
It is.
By Kelvin.
It is. So
boy, he will shoot, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You smooth with it, bro. I ain't gonna dirty Mac you. Ain't gonna throw no salt on your game, bro. Hey, boy, hey, you smooth with it now.
N2D said, souls B2A Proverbs 13:24, which states, whoever spares the rod hates their child, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. Yeah. I just really feel that that's all. He just lacks he lacked a belief foundation, and now he's diving into a belief, and hopefully he can get where he needed to get. Miles said age and experience can teach temperament. Not sure if religion does. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's it. Founded in your religion will give it to you, but religion don't.
Yeah, he said, I got a whole bunch of stones for his glass house. I'm a hater. Don't do him like that, N2D. Don't leave Kevin alone. Give him a second chance. Give him some grace tonight, N2D. He get another night to get over there to conversation with Soft Rain tomorrow on Thursday night, man. Give him one more, Biggie, give him one more chance. You know what I mean? Give him one more chance, man. No, but man, y'all got anything else before we close out the show tonight, man? Great hour, about an hour and almost 30 minutes, man.
Yeah, man, that was good. That was good, bro.
What is y'all?
Maybe I haven't done it. You closing remarks for the topic. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know. I just feel like, well, I mean, we spoke on everything, you know.
You ain't got to force nothing, right? You good. You ain't got to force it.
He just need to be mindful about what he's doing. And he's so convicted right now, but he's lacking wisdom. That's what convicted but lacking wisdom. So he needs to gain that wisdom back, or gain wisdom, period.
Is Plug moving on your side, Ray? He's frozen.
Yeah, I'm moving.
Yeah, you frozen on us on StreamYard, but they might can see you, so you good. We can hear you for sure.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. There you go. Now you're moving. There you go.
I was typing. Yeah, man. Closing remarks, man. I hope Buddy land on his feet. And I hope when he does land on his feet that he doesn't lose his marbles. Yeah. You know what I mean? I want Buddy. You stay founded in your faith, man. Whatever, if you founded on that faith and your belief, bro, you should be fine. Because nothing that's for you will miss you. So you know, stay grounded, brother. Hope everything works out for you. I hope the best works out for you, brother. Everything.
He got a whole life to live. He's 24.
He's young as hell.
He's young. What you got, so?
Oh man, I just want people to know when you pursue something, know what your ceiling is so you can build your house the right height.
Vaulted ceilings.
Yeah, like that's the biggest thing. I mean, you know, like it's one of those things that, man, it's just tough now. It's tough to be in a world where freedom isn't free. Your voice isn't free. Like your voice is your. I mean, for someone who said he stands on the word, I mean, the word says so much if you believe in it, right? It says your tongue is a double-edged sword.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so like it's like so many little cliche things that you think about or scriptures that are in the Bible that I think if somebody can take them and do something different. I just hope he made connections, man. I hope he actually has a talk with Stephen Curry and them too. Once he calms down, I think he needs to get on the phone with them and apologize.
Yep.
I think it's the biggest step that he can make is apologize.
He can do it on his next interview. I'm pretty sure he'll have about 2 more.
Yeah. Like I think he should apologize and not really ask for forgiveness, but just apologize with where he was mentally. And you know, that's what we do when we're young, man. We compare. You know what I mean? So, and comparison is the thief of joy. So right now his joy is gone. He lost the game that he loved. Like Plug said, luckily he got his bag. I mean, hopefully he got at least a few million in the bank. You know what I mean? So, and he has a stable mother who's a great coach. Like I feel like he can go back to wherever Notre Dame is and kind of chill and get his head right. And I think he'll be all right. I think he'll come out on the other side. Y'all know how it is in entertainment. Tomorrow somebody will do something crazy and we'll forget all about Jaden Ivey. We won't even check on him. So it's one of those things, man. But shout out to the young king, man. That's what they call him, the young king, man. Like Plug said, land on your feet.
His father's name is Javen Hunter.
Oh, okay.
He was an ex-football player. He was a wide receiver.
So he's just a gifted athlete. He's just a gifted kid.
He played at Notre Dame. In 2002, he was selected to the Baltimore Ravens, 6th round of the NFL draft. He played football at Notre Dame. He also played for San Francisco 49ers. Hunter attended Detroit Country Day High School for football and basketball. Yeah.
So he gifted. He got the genetics for sure.
His daddy young, man. His daddy my age. His daddy young.
Okay. So shoot, if Rain, if you want to close us out, kind of hit up what In Too Deep. We appreciate you, big dog. He already speaking on it. If you want to close us out with your remarks there, Miss Rain, so everybody can know what's going on.
As In Too Deep said, if you're new, hit the like button on the way in. If you're new and you haven't done so, subscribe to all of our channels. I am Conversation with Soft Rain. I changed it to Soft Rain. So it's just Soft Rain now. But the conversation is always going to be there because I still got my Instagram and my TikTok. It's always going to be Conversations with Soft Rain, but I am Soft Rain. So if you look for me, all you got to do is put in Soft Rain and it should pop up. Uncle Plug TV, make sure you go subscribe to him. Subscribe to Souls of Thought. Go to our RSC channel, Raw Society Coalition, because we don't do this alone. We are a team, and we have the classic codes as always with us. And Tez down. Congratulations, Tez, again. He tipping over, getting ready to hit that 2K.
Yes, sir.
So congratulations to that. Plug, if y'all have not done so, y'all want to rewatch some of our episodes and or something else that Plug has some great content been coming out lately. He's trying to get his watch hours up so he can get monetized. Go over there and view some of his stuff on his page. I will be live tomorrow night with Soft Rain Hotline. I don't know what we're gonna talk about just yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be juicy. And yeah, just make sure y'all check out all of our content and subscribe to all our channels. And not only that, but we will be live in Columbus, Georgia, my hometown, on June the 6th at the Hideaway Lounge. Make sure y'all get your tickets because we have a select few on sale. And after that, they go up to a regular price and they won't be changed. So make sure y'all do that as well. And our merch site is still 10% off. So go over there and grab some merch and all that good stuff. Did I hit everything?
Yeah, you did. No, you did. We appreciate it.
No merch.
And shout out to In Too Deep, man. Appreciate your support, dog, for everybody's channel, man. It's been a true blessing to have you on board, dog. We appreciate you, man. I love being able to wake up in the morning, man, and be able to come return your comments and on all the lives and all the rewatches that you do. You and Sunny, man. Shout out to y'all. Sunny even sent a super chat on her rewatch. So appreciate y'all for always supporting, man. But most importantly, man, y'all make sure, like Rain said, tune into everybody's channel. This Sunday, me and Plug will be live at 2 p.m. with the greatest sports show on earth, 1181 Pressure Plays from the Bayou to the Turf. And then Plug will have story time for y'all on Sunday morning as well as normal.
It's gonna be good.
Part 9, right?
Part 8.
Part 8. I'm putting them ahead.
Yeah,
Part 8.
no, you good. You good.
Part 8. He said,
I'm trying to, hey, just real quick, hey, I'm trying to get it to 10 because part 2 of story time session 2. Should I say session 2? Or should I say, like, I don't know. Story time 2, episode 1 is gonna be dope. I'm telling you, it's gonna be something else. Y'all gonna love this shit for real.
Yeah, man. So we'll appreciate everybody, man. Like she said, we have a live show June 6th. That is the most important thing going on, regardless what everything else is going on. Make sure y'all support us in Columbus, June the 6th. Make sure y'all support in Columbus, Georgia at the Hideaway Lounge. Things are on sale. And like Chanel said, make sure y'all catch that part 8 this Sunday, man. If nothing else, man, y'all make sure y'all do the right thing, man. Make sure y'all follow everybody from the Raw Society Coalition. And we are out.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages on on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. But watching my story, y'all winning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. Put that on my soul.